Hello again, YouTubers. I'm SpongeBob 101 back here again on the SpongeBob channel. Today we have a book review featuring the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, The Great Gary Rescue. So this is a really thin book. It's a really short one, so this video is going to also be kind of short. We're just going to take a quick look at it, and I'll tell you guys my thoughts on this book. So it comes in at $5.99 US dollars, $7.99 Canadian dollars. I picked this up off Amazon. So I got the package last Wednesday, posted a video last Thursday. I did say I was going to make this video for last week, but surprisingly, Nickelodeon and Apple Arcade launched SpongeBob Patty Pursuit, so I had to focus on that. But anyways, since we have the book here, I'm going to do a video for you guys today. So I'm just going to put it down, and you know what, actually I'm just going to go right through. So the first we're going to start off with some cutout cards, right? So we have Plankton, Sandy, Squidward, the Krabby Patty. Look at that. Krabby Patty, Jellyfish, and Mr. Krabs. This game is Where Did Gary Go? For 2 or more players. Remove the cards from this book, take turns hiding and looking for cards. Each card with a jellyfish or Krabby Patty is worth 1 point. Cards with characters are worth 2 points, and Gary is 5 points. Collect as many cards as you can, and then add up the points. At the end of the game, the player with the most points wins. So it's a pretty simple game. You guys can cut out this if you want. I'm not going to. We're going to get right into the book here. So The Great Gary Rescue, adapted by David Lumen, based on the screenplay by Tim Hill, illustrated by Dave Eikens. Okay, so publisher is Random House. Of course, it's been Random House for quite a few years now. Back in the early 2000s, it used to be Simon and Schuster. Is that how it's pronounced? I'm not sure. Okay, so we're gonna start off here with SpongeBob sobbing and Patrick in Gary's litter box. So Patrick, okay, so I'm just gonna read to you guys, I guess. Patrick, I have terrible news. Gary is missing. Okay. So you notice the little plushies there, it's super cute. Also the Flying Dutchman's Treasure Hunt, Pretzel Pals, the Paddleball set, Whirly Brain. So a throwback to all of those episodes. We even have the Kelpo over there, some pizza, ice cream on the floor for some reason, the paddleball for the Dirty Bubble Challenge, and then SpongeBob discovers this parchment, right? It was a royal decree from King Poseidon. He wanted a snail brought to him right away. The king liked to rub snail slime on his face to smooth out his wrinkles. So Gary has been snail napped. Oh no. And Patrick, we have to go to the lost city of Atlantic City to rescue Gary. I think the cutest thing in here is this narwhal. Narwhal, right? Pretty sure that is a narwhal. He also has his ukulele there. Okay, so moving on. So when the friends reached the lost city of Atlantic City, home of King Poseidon, they were impressed. It looked awesome. So look at those city gates. Remember, Patrick, we are here to rescue Gary. We can't get distracted. Gotcha. Patrick agrees. So now, if you did watch my junior novelization book review, there is a lot that's being skipped out of here. So, but the whole point of this book, I think, is the art. It looks really nice, especially the characters, Patrick and SpongeBob. Backgrounds, not bad. But anyway, so we move on to the part where they're totally distracted, right? So, but the lost city of Atlantic City was very distracting. Rides, shows, treats, wave pools, dancing, fireworks, so many exciting things to do and eat. And they forgot all about saving Gary, so not too great pet owners, huh, SpongeBob? Now, one thing I do not understand about the lost city of Atlantic City, if it is a lost city, why are there so many people there? I mean, wouldn't that just make it a found city, right? I mean, logically speaking. So yeah, there is a clear logic gap there, but I'm not sure why they decided to go with Lost City of Atlantic City. Couldn't they have just said like the faraway city of Atlantic City or something like that? Okay, so King Poseidon's palace looks like a theater for some reason, and SpongeBob and Patrick asked to see King Poseidon, but his guards just laughed. So the two buddies ran past the guards and slipped into a dressing room. They put on costumes and makeup to disguise themselves, and when they came out, a stage manager said, "You're on," and shoved them into the spotlight. So SpongeBob and Patrick spotted King Poseidon in the audience. They danced and sang Aka Waka Maka Mia, a goofy song they knew from the days at Camp Coral. So this is highlighted, I believe, in chapter 1 of the junior novelization. The name of which I think it's really, really ridiculous and silly. Way more silly than it has to be, but okay. Then we have King Poseidon, who's just laughing and says, "Bring me my snow." So apparently this is what King Poseidon looks like. So yeah, now we know, I guess. So of course, they get caught and they get thrown into jail. So SpongeBob's sad. All right there, unfortunately. Meanwhile, back in Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob's friends heard about his arrest on the news. "This is terrible. We've got to save SpongeBob." And Squidward's like, "Look at Squidward's nose. I mean, it's enlarging as you go further down. That is so weird." Okay. The next morning, King Poseidon's chancellor let SpongeBob and Patrick do the trial. "Congratulations, your trial is the hottest ticket in town." Now, this jail reminds me of the dungeon in Dungeons and Dragons. No, not Dungeons and Dragons. Dunces and Dragons, you know, episode 66 in season 4. So yeah, in that episode, they got thrown in a medieval jail. So, in King Krabs' palace. But anyway, SpongeBob was pronounced guilty. King Poseidon agreed. While Patrick stood and gave a big speech to distract the king, while SpongeBob sneaked into the balcony. Oh, okay. While SpongeBob sneaked into the balcony there, Gary is, aware. Okay. We're almost done. So King Poseidon frowned as he listened to Patrick. Frowning made his forehead wrinkle, but SpongeBob had swapped a decoy for the real Gary. So then it's time for a chase again. Oh, come on. SpongeBob's friends, of course, help along. And yeah, so the book ends essentially with everybody back home. Soon SpongeBob, Gary, and their friends were back in Bikini Bottom, safe and happy to be home. Alright, so yeah, that is essentially a gist of the movie. On the back here we have a couple more cards. SpongeBob, Gary, Patrick, 2 jellyfish, and 1 Krabby Patty. And then on the back, just, nothing. They on the old SpongeBob books, they used to have like a short synopsis of like what the book is about, but apparently no longer. So yeah, Paramount Animation there. Yeah, I think that is essentially the book. So, comment below what you think about it. Personally, I think that for the price, it is absolutely not worth it. SpongeBob books like these used to be $3.99. I mean, if you count in inflation, I kind of understand like $4.99, but for what you get in these, not too much. But if you do like the art, if you do like the art in this book, definitely pick it up. If you just want to get this, know the story of the movie, don't get this. Get the junior novelization. I'll leave a link to it in the description box below, as well as to this book if you just want to have it for a collection like I do. Personally, I just bought this for my SpongeBob collection. So yeah, that was essentially the whole point. But yeah, so in terms of like rating, I would say this book, I mean, I would have to essentially rate the story as well. The story, as I pointed out, I believe in the junior novelization book review, I mentioned that it was a 6 out of 10 in terms of the story for me. This book, in terms of the art, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. But same thing, the story is still going to be a 6 out of 10 because, I mean, the story doesn't change from book to book. So yeah, comment box below your thoughts. Make sure to subscribe, like, favorite, comment, etc. Keep right here on Ultimate SpongeBob 101. And I'll see you guys in the next SpongeBob video. Bye!